Chuck Tyson is going to have a word with us. Chuck?
Sure. Well, it's very obvious why we're here. We're going to win these elections on November the 2nd. I've been involved in Republican politics in Craven County for a long time, and I will tell you, in my opinion, I've never seen the enthusiasm as high as it is for this upcoming election. Because I think everybody, men, women, black, white, Democrat, Republican, conservative, all of them realize what's at stake on November the 2nd. We've got to take back this country. We've got to take back this state and this county. And as the county chairman, I am pleased to report to you that I feel like the county party is better organized than it ever has been in the past. We have a great group of volunteers that are dedicated, and they're the type of people that you can give them an assignment and you don't have to check behind them to see if it's gotten done. They do it. So as party chairman, I want to thank all the volunteers, everybody that is helping us get this job done. We're excited about the opening of the Havelock office of the GOP. Havelock has always been a conservative place and a good place to gather Republican votes for elections. And this year we feel like y'all's enthusiasm by opening this office, and the county party was very pleased to assist you in this, is going to pay off in big dividends on November the 2nd, because I think having this presence down here really speaks loudly to the public, and that they know that we mean business. Now, I'm excited because I feel like for the first time since I was on the County Board of Commissioners, the county is going to have a conservative, Republican-dominated Board of County Commissioners. And people don't understand what that means, because they do more than just set your tax rate. Though that's an important part of being a county commissioner, is, you know, determining what the tax burden is going to be on the taxpayers. But there's multitudes of other things that having a conservative group of people up there will pay dividends to the Republican Party. If you get a conservative group up there that'll work together and work hard, they can make significant changes in our county structure. So I'm excited because we have good candidates. We're on the offense, not on the defense. So I fully expect us to take control of the County Board of Commissioners. And the next thing on the item is to get the State House of Representatives. For the first time, and correct me if I'm wrong, I believe that the State Senate has 50 Republicans running. First time they've ever had a Republican challenger in every district. Every district. Good. So, on the state house, we have good, extremely good candidates running in nearly every district. There are a few that we did not field candidates for, but they were mainly the very, very toughest of the tough districts. So we've got all our players on the field, where the Democrats are lacking a lot. They've got a lot of open seats. Our fundraising this year is better than it's ever been, both locally and statewide. You know, they typically win their elections with a pocketbook. They overwhelm the candidates at the 11th hour with massive amount of money that comes in from different unions and different business organizations and things like this. But this year, the money seems to be kind of leveling out. In other words, the money people don't feel like the Democrats have a lock like they have for the last 100 years. So they're starting to, I guess, protect their best interests by leveling the money around a little better. So the State House of Representative candidates are better funded than they've ever been. The State Senate candidates are better funded. Fortunately, on the State Senate level, there's a lot of the old guard has either quit or being run out under indictment or under either indicted or soon to be. So there's a lot of open seats that they typically would win easily, that now they're open seats. And that's the time to gain a seat, because when it's an open seat, you have a better shot at it than when you're running against an incumbent because of the inherent powers of the incumbency. So the state Senate, Mr. Bass Knight, Senator Bass Knight is not doing his thing, raising money. But the good news for the Republicans is he's got to spread it around a lot thinner than he has in the past. He's not going to be able to just give massive amounts of money to just 2 or 3 candidates. He's going to have to divide that pie at least 10 or 15 ways. So all of them are going to be getting less. And that makes our money more valuable because it makes our money go further, more of an even battle. So as the party chairman, my goal this year is to see us win every single race that we've got a Republican on the ballot. We're not conceding any races. We're not conceding any voters. We want all the votes. I know it's going to be tough. I'd like to see it just be unanimous. But we're reaching out to Democrats, Republicans, conservatives, minorities. We want everybody to come together because it's bigger than political parties this year. Because I'm telling you, we're in for a train wreck if we don't get some businessmen and women up in Raleigh. The state is going to be on the financial rocks, and the nation, I think, is even worse than that. We're already on the rocks, and now they're trying to tear the complete fabric of the country apart, which is a lot more important than at least if you got your pride and you're broke, you've got something. But they're trying to take that away from the American people too. So I really feel good that if we push hard over these next 80 days, and I'm talking about really pushing, don't take anything for granted. Right now, I feel comfortable that we're leading probably in nearly every race. But we've done that before and then had them snatch the bone out of our mouth as we're crossing the goal line. So this year we're going to try to clamp down and make sure that that doesn't happen by working harder, donating more, asking our neighbors to help, trying to, if you know an elderly person that typically might not be in the condition to get up and go vote if it's raining on election day, to get them there to the early voting, to just do every single thing that we can do to get every single last vote. And that's what it's going to take. When we do, I think we're going to have convincing wins up and down the slate. And then I think the men and women we elect on the county level, the state level, the national level, will go up there. And if we keep a sharp eye on them, they'll do what they're supposed to do and try to start turning things around. I frankly don't think that the mess the state's in can be turned around in one election cycle. It took many, many decades for them to get us where we are. So we're going to have to elect these folks to the General Assembly and keep re-electing them to the General Assembly, because the job that faces them is going to take a while to get it under control. But you know, you can't ever finish until you get started. So 15 decades is starting to unravel, as evidenced by the recent scandals ranging from the State Board of Elections to the, you name it. It's just one, anytime they start investigating, things start falling out from the cracks. So I think this State Board of Election thing is just one of a continuing saga of scandals that fortunately people are starting to take notice of. And I believe that the people of this state and this county and this country are going to go and try to weigh in and make a change. So I even had Gene Preston's former opponent 2 years ago call me on the phone and tell me, he said, "I ain't voting for him." I said, "Well, I thought you were one of them." He says, "I was, but I can't put up with what's going on in this state." He said that crowd in Raleigh, in Washington, D.C., he said, I registered Democrat, but I'm not voting for him. So when your former Senate candidates start calling up party chairman of the opposite party feeling like that, I think that, you know, there's something brewing out there that could be big for us. So let's take this thing home and get these folks elected, and then continue to work hard to keep them there. So I appreciate what y'all are doing in Havelock, and it will pay big dividends, and thank you for your extra effort.
Thank you.